What is an appraisal contingency in New York City? An appraisal contingency allows the buyer to cancel a fully executed purchase contract and recover his or her deposit if the appraised value comes in below the contract price and the bank is unable to lend at the originally anticipated loan amount. When does an appraisal contingency matter? The appraisal contingency is important if the appraised value comes in lower than the contract price. Let's say that the contract price is $800,000 and the bank is providing a mortgage of 80%. If the appraised value comes in at the contract price of $800,000, the bank will lend 80% of $800,000, which is $640,000. If the appraisal comes in at $750,000, it means that the bank will only provide a loan of 80% of $750,000, which is $600,000. The shortfall of $40,000 represents a financing gap for the buyer. Banks don't typically increase the loan-to-value, LTV, as a response to a low appraisal, so it means that the financing shortfall must be covered through the buyer putting down an extra $40,000 on the purchase. If the buyer doesn't wish to put up additional equity and the bank is unwilling to increase the loan-to-value to make up for the shortfall, the buyer can walk away from the deal. What is a minimum loan amount contingency? A minimum loan amount contingency states the loan amount that the buyer will be seeking. As a result, if a buyer cannot get such a loan amount within the contingency period, either because the buyer is insufficiently qualified or because of a low appraisal, the buyer may cancel the contract. When is no appraisal contingency appropriate? Whether no appraisal contingency is appropriate or not depends on the competitive situation for a listing. If a property is clearly underpriced and receiving a lot of interest, then the seller may hold a best and final offer process. In a bidding war scenario, you're likely to be competing against all cash offers and other non-contingent offers. As a result, you may wish to waive the appraisal contingency to make your offer more competitive. An experienced buyer's agent can help you determine what competition you may be facing and strategically assess whether it makes sense to consider waiving your mortgage contingency. Better yet, you can save thousands and reduce your closing cost by requesting a Hauseit buyer rebate on your purchase. Requesting a Hauseit buyer rebate is a legal and non-taxable way to discreetly save money while also receiving top-notch buyer agent representation throughout your purchase. Because our partner brokers don't openly discount, you can be assured that requesting a rebate won't risk your deal by offending the seller or listing agent. To request a Hauseit buyer rebate, visit www.hauseit.com.